What's up guys, TC here, and today is the start of our new nightly update series. And what this is going to be is more or less a roundup of all of the nightly updates that have occurred. It's going to be probably a once a week, maybe twice a week series depending on how much stuff comes out. Now, as many of you know, Starbound split into pretty much three branches. You have stable, unstable, and nightly. The stable is what everyone knows and loves, and the unstable is kind of a transitionary branch, and then the nightly is where all the new content comes in. So essentially, not every night, but most nights, Chucklefish puts out some new content in the form of a nightly build. It's not always stable. A lot of times there's lots of crashes and stuff, but they don't always tell you what is in it. So what I'm doing is I'm going to dig through the code every update, and probably not every single nightly build, but I'll probably take a couple at a time, round them together, round all the content up, and demonstrate it like this. So for the beginning of this first episode, I'm going to be covering from the beginning of May. So most of them won't be this big, but I've got a lot of content I feel you guys should see. So let's start off with some of the weapons. You know they've been updating content on the combat side of things. And the first one they've really changed up is the way some of the ammunition is in the game. So there's lots of ammunition in the game, but they've kind of split up for the possibility for this new ammo type. There's an elemental damage aspect to a lot of weapons now, so assault rifles, rockets, SMGs, assault rifles, and such. So if you look here, the rocket launchers actually all have the same image, but these actually all have different ammunition. So for instance, this one shoots an ice attack. This one shoots a fire. This one, I believe, is poison, and this one should be electric. Oh wait, I believe that's actually ice. Well, there's an electric version either way. They have different effects based on their elemental type. So fire does burn, poison does a long poison damage, frost does a slowdown effect, and electric I don't think has an actual effect yet, but I believe it's going to be something like stun, maybe glow, I'm not sure. Now that same effect is applied to a lot of weapons. So here you'll see this one's fire based, this one is electric, this one is poison, and this one is, well, this blue one might actually be ice, and this one be electric. So let's find out. So here, yeah, this one's fire-based, and if you look really carefully, there's little bitty fire particles floating in the air. And something else to point out is that something with the new combat update is that the rate of fire determines the accuracy. So here, you'll see this gun is actually not shooting in an exact straight line. And same thing here, this one is a blue, and this one shoots, yeah, this is the frost. So this one does a slowing effect. A little bit slower, but a little more accurate. This one here is much more quick, but this is a poison, I believe? Yeah, this one's poison, but also very inaccurate because it shoots so fast. And this is the electric one. I love the particle effect here. If you look really carefully, you'll see these electrical effects in the air. So that's really cool. Let's put these away, and I'll show you some of the new stuff that's popped in. Something else that's kind of new are these, the way they used to, well, they still do have randomly generated guns, but they didn't have randomly generated swords and melee weapons. So now we've got randomly generated like axes and swords and stuff. So here, this is a randomly made sword, and this one has the ice effect, I believe. And this also has the ice effect. But here's a randomly made spear. And so they're all randomly generated and, you know, all unique. Here's also a, what is this? Where is it? Here's the burst rifle. This is something brand new. This shoots little 3-round bursts of assault rifle, which is pretty cool. I mean, it's not my cup of tea, but I think it's like a mix between kind of like a sniper rifle and assault rifle. So it kind of rewards accuracy. This next one here I want to show you is, I'm not sure if this is a bug or what, but it's this ammunition type. So if you look here on the spear, you'll see that little blue orb, and it has a fire rate of 100. And the same thing here, the same little blue orb and the same fire rate of 100. And I'm not sure if this is intentional or not, but these things have some really weird effects, and they might be a bug, they might be intentional, I don't know, but I wanted to show you because they're pretty cool. So for instance, and look, it travels with you. Like, these are little energy balls, and if they hit enemies, they do damage. And you can make, you know, you can make a sphere around you, really. And they stay there for quite some time. They glow, they light up, they damage opponents. The spear one travels with you, like this. But the assault rifle one actually is a little different. I'm going to wait for these to go away, and I'll show you the assault rifle. So the assault rifle one, they just stay there. And so that can kind of make some cool stuff like this. It's a little bit laggy because every one of these is an entity, so I'm not sure if it'll stay. But for me, it's pretty cool. You can make like little energy balls and stuff. So let's put these away, and I'll go ahead and show you guys some of the new blocks that are in the game. Look in this chest here. We have several new traps. As you know, well, spoiler alert, the avians are getting their own mission, and in that mission there's going to be some new stuff. So let's hop over here and check this stuff out. So here's 3 different new traps. Here's a fire trap. Here's another fire trap exactly like a different color, and here's a laser trap. Shoots a laser. So those are all really cool. They do quite a bit of damage, actually. There's also a new avian light crystal, and I'm going to show you that with this new. There's a new timer, which I'll show you right here. It's a countdown timer, and so you'll see it right here on the wall. And what this does is basically whenever you activate it, so I've got it connected, this pressure plate, this timer, to this light, which this is the new avian light. And all it does is relay the signal for that amount of time. And you can change it. So it says 5 now, but we can set it to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So when I step on this and step off, you'll see this light will stay lit for 5 seconds. So that's very cool. It has lots of uses. You can tie them together, so you could tie 2 5s to make a 10. You know, very useful. These little emblems on the wall here, as many of you know, the very annoying to get moon emblem now has some counterparts in the earth emblem, the water emblem, and the fire emblem. I'm not sure their significance yet, but they are in the game. We also have, you might be aware of the glitch hidden trapdoors you find. Well, there's now a hidden temple door, which is for the avians, so there's a hidden trapdoor and a hidden door. There's a new proximity sensor, which I just showed you. There's also some new high-lodal stuff in the game, so let's hop over here. Here's a high-lodal button hooked up to a light, which is kind of unique. And over here you'll see a, it's very hard to see, it's a high-lodal water sensor, which is down here, it's right there. So when we spray this in here, that light will come on. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Here you can kind of see it a little better when it's underwater. But I think they're getting all their own content and stuff, so that's pretty unique. It'll be nice to have them actually in the game. Let's see, what else I can show you. Oh yeah, the new challenge doors. Now, as many of you know, Chucklefish has contacted me about making content for these challenge doors, and so this is what it is. You find a challenge door, and it's a little unstable pocket dimension, and you enter it, and you go to this little instance dungeon. And so I'm going to be making these, so hopefully one day when you guys are playing the final game, you'll go in one of these dungeons and you'll enter one that I made. So I'm not going to complete this one, but I'm just going to show you more or less. This is a general idea of what it's going to be. You can leave whenever you want and go right back. It'll return you to where you were. But more or less you complete it, and there's prizes at the end. Some other new stuff. There's also a new liquid in the game in the form of liquid slime. It looks a lot like poison, but it's slime, and it slows you down tremendously. Like, it doesn't last very long. Now, I also saw an update, like a tweet from one of the CF employees, and they said they were going to change the effect of this stuff, so I don't think it'll be like a slowing effect for very long. It might actually be the opposite. I think it's going to end up making you slippery or slide, maybe, because oil kind of already does the whole slow thing. So let's see, let's put this stuff away. Oh yeah, now let me show you some of the new, really new, this actually just popped up last week. This is the new colonies aspect of the game. Now, as many of you may or may not know, Starbound's going to eventually have 3 more or less progression routes. You're going to have combat progression, farming progression, and colonies. Colonies is going to be basically you build houses and NPCs will inhabit them and they'll pay you. And this is the very first update we're seeing in-game that we can play with of this in action. And so here I've built a little mock-up house, some furniture and a bed, some torches, you know. And so we'll put down this is called a colony deed. And what this does is this more or less signals that this place is up for rent. So when I place this, an NPC will spawn in, and he's going to scan it if he likes it, and he'll stay. So you'll see a little bell. This guy's going to spawn in. And see, he'll just walk around. This is his place now. And he'll just kind of walk around, and I think in the eventual game he's going to pay you rent and stuff. And he should come back here. He's kind of on his little roaming thing right now, but he'll stay around here. And if you actually destroy stuff in here, he'll get kind of ticked off. So let me pull up my little tool here. So if you destroy stuff, you'll see, look on this little thing, you'll see a little happy face, right? If I start destroying it, he'll get kind of ticked off. So like, it's like, yeah, see, it's actually upset right now. So let's put this door back. My home could use some repairs. So if we destroy this, you'll see he'll go away. So he's gone. And so obviously the first thing I did was try to find out what the minimum requirements were for a colony to be established. And I came up with this little bitty hole here. And pretty much the minimum requirements are it must be inside, so it needs like a background and stuff. It needs a door, at least one piece of furniture, and it must be lit up. And then also there has to be room to place the colony sign. So this is the smallest possible room that you can make and establish a colony. So I'll place it, and here's a guy, and he'll live here. Yeah, okay, yeah, it's kind of rude, but whatever. Uh, you can. I'm not sure if they'll keep it this way, what the requirements are going to be, but you could mass produce these little rooms and have a ton of colonists pay you. Now, I'm sure it's going to change. I'm sure that the size of the room will dictate how much they pay you, probably, and the quality, the content will probably come in. So, it might not be actually that beneficial to have these. But I do know that eventually the type of furniture that you put in the house and the way you build it will determine what type of NPC colonizes it. So, for instance, over here, I made a mock-up of a slime house because I actually know there is a type of colonist called a rare slime uh, colonist NPC. I don't know, but he's a little dude that wears a slime outfit, and he only moves into these houses. And they're pretty rare, and from what I understand, different colonists have different, like they'll pay you more. Sometimes they give you different weapons and items that you can only get in that way, and you can only progress through that way. So this is one of the more rare ones here, and because the slime biomes are pretty rare, so more or less you would build a house out of this slime content with slime chests, slime beds, slime torches, and hopefully you get a slime colonist to move in. And I'm pretty sure there's lots of stuff. There's glitch related ones. From my understanding, there's going to be a whole, like, that's going to be an entire aspect of the game. So it should be very deep, very complex. Uh, that's, I think, everything I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something. Please rate, like, comment, subscribe. If you have anything you want to see or any kind of stuff you want to see featured, let me know. I'm going to be beginning my Let's Play series probably next week when my new computer gets in. What else do we have? I think that's it, pretty much. I am looking for channel art. If that's something you're interested in, I really could use some channel art. Just contact me. You can send me a message if you're interested in that. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later.